Yes, sir. It's your boy Snake Eye, Bomb First TV checking in. Drop them bomb for that notification. Military for hitting them like button before we get lit. First up, we got slain rapper Bankroll Fresh. His mother house was shot up over 17 times. Let's get right into it. The cousin of a murdered rapper Bankroll Fresh is injured when gunmen opened fire on a family's member's Southwest Atlanta home. Police say on Monday night 11 p.m. someone fired 17 shots from a high-powered rifle into the house located in a 600 block of Smith Street. These rounds went through the front window and frame of the house, hitting a 24-year-old woman in the bedroom. The victim was grazed in the shoulder and thigh. Paramedics treated her at the scene. Investigators say it is a miracle she wasn't killed or seriously injured. Police tell Fox 5 the home was targeted by the gunmen. They called the crime reckless and dangerous. So far, investigators have no suspect description. Let Bankroll rest in peace. There is still beefing out there in Atlanta over Bankroll. It's bad enough the man lost his life, but on top of that, his family has been targeted numerous times, from his little nephew PJ Bankroll to his mother house being shot up over 17 times. I'm gonna leave y'all with the footage. Make sure you hit the bell to get notified every time we upload. Let's get Bomb First at 1,000+ subs. This your boy Snake Eye, Bomb First TV, signing out. Yes, sir.
New this morning, Atlanta police are trying to track down who shot up a house overnight, injuring a woman. It happened right on Smith Street near Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard. CBS 46's Daniel Wilkerson's at police headquarters, where investigators are going over evidence collected at the scene. And Daniel, you have learned who owned that home. Good morning.
Yes. Good morning to you, Karen. Yeah, the home is owned by the mother of the late rapper, Atlanta rapper Bankroll Fresh. We've also learned that the woman who was injured in all of this, she is just 21 years old. More on her here in just a second, but let's go ahead and get you to video that we shot overnight of that home in Southwest Atlanta on Smith Street. We've learned that the late rapper's mother is okay, but he has a cousin, that 21-year-old who I spoke of, who was grazed by a bullet. She has injuries to her shoulder and leg. I'm told multiple shots were fired at the home. Police believe the person who did this used an assault rifle. Officers say that there were several adults at the home at the time. You may recall back in 2016, we brought you exclusive details when we covered the shooting death of that late rapper, Bankroll Fresh. Someone shot and killed him at a music studio. Now, back out here live, police do not have a motive in all of this. They are looking again for the person who did this. Of course, if you have information, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. That number this morning, 404-577-TIPS. We're live outside.
Start with breaking news this morning. A woman is hurt in a drive-by shooting, and now police are searching for the gunman. There's a lot going on with this story. So Good Day's Mark Teichner is live at Atlanta Police Headquarters right now. So Mark, police say the house belongs to the mother of murdered rapper Bankroll Fresh, right?
Well, that's right. And they say that the victim appears to be that cousin of that murdered rapper. At this point, though, they're not sure if that 2016 shooting death of Bankroll Fresh has anything to do with happened late last night in Southwest Atlanta. So let's start with last night's shooting. It was about 11 o'clock when gunmen opened fire at a home in the 600 block of Smith Street. They sprayed about 17 rounds from a high-powered rifle into the house and ended up shooting a 24-year-old woman. She is the cousin of Bankroll Fresh, who was in a front bedroom. Now, she was hit in both the thigh and shoulder. The good news is she wasn't seriously injured. In fact, she didn't even have to go to the hospital, which police are telling us is miraculous given the strength of the weapon that was used and how many shots were fired at that house.
Those rounds penetrated the side of the house as well as the window, entered a bedroom. Some of them went beyond her bedroom and further into the house. That's when she sustained those two injuries. She was extremely fortunate that she did not get more severely hurt or killed.
At this point, police really don't have a lot of leads as to who might be responsible for this, not getting a lot of information from folks in the neighborhood, and they don't have, this being the people who lived in the house, any reason why the home would have been targeted. But they do believe that this house was, in fact, targeted. It was chosen for a reason. Coming up at 5, we'll have an awful lot more on the story. Make sure you tune in for that. But for now, that is the latest from APD headquarters in downtown. I'm Mark Teichner for Good Day Atlanta. Back to you.
All right, Mark, thank you. We will check back in with you. Meanwhile, after more than 2 years, Atlanta police are still trying to figure out who is responsible for the murder of Trentavious White. He is known as Bankroll Fresh. He was killed early in March of 2016 in a shootout outside Northwest Atlanta's Street Execs recording studio. Detectives say surveillance video shows White carrying an AK-47 and others in his group with guns drawn. Police say they were firing at people in a car across the street, and those people apparently were firing back.